Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is now 8 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Monday, the 13th of March, 2023. We hope you guys are doing good today. It's a snowy day outside, but it is a nice Monday. It's a pretty Monday. Still, I like the snow. I don't mind if it's a little white and snowy outside. It's cool. It makes for a nice vibe and feeling. Interesting to wake up with a Monday morning like this. Hope that you guys are all doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. A lot of things happened over the weekend. We'll get to that. A lot of news today. We've got a ton of news. We've got we're going to unpack some of the things from the mayor's State of the City address, one of which included the Boys and Girls Club coming back, or potentially here in Aurora, I think it is. Also got news on Greenfest, and then there's an Aurora Drive helping women in need. Whole lot of news today, and also Brett's here, and he's got the local news and headlines for you guys when we get to that. Brett Puttin, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
All right, you look good, young man. Look good. Nice shirt, by the way.
Thanks.
Nice shirt. Brett Puttin is our mentee of the Triumph Mentoring Program. He is a beloved and dear part of our show. His new title is Community Engagement Dude. It's not dude. It's going to be something cool like officer or director or something like that. I don't know what it'll be. But on our meeting that we have on the 1st of April, I will unveil it for Brett. Brett's doing good. His business cards are soon to follow. Good morning to Jen Mendoza. Good morning to Dan Barrero as well. I saw a lot of great pictures from over the weekend. St. Patty's Day activities happened. The city of Aurora just yesterday had the Irish flag raising, and they also had the procession that went through downtown. It was really cool. A whole bunch of vehicles, participants, including the McNulty Irish Dancers. It was a great display and spectacle, so shout out. And you can watch the video on the City of Aurora's Facebook page. They did a great job. Alex was behind the camera. I personally know him. I saw him as well. He did great. Time is 8:04 a.m. Joe Jackson, good morning to you. All right. So the first thing I think that we will start off with today, I'm going to start you guys off with Greenfest. Aurora Greenfest is returning on May 13th, and we've also got Mavis Bates, dear friend, coming on the show sometime next month, so stay tuned for that. But Aurora Greenfest will return to the Prisco Community Center this spring after a 3-year hiatus due to the pandemic. The festival welcomes everyone to learn about being green from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, May 13th. Aurora Greenfest is a free and accessible event open to all ages with family-friendly events and performances. Our community has come a long way in making sustainability a priority. Aurora Greenfest has had a lot to do with this progress. Teaching the people of the Fox Valley about sustainability, resilience, and how we can all walk more gently on our planet. That's a quote attributed to Mavis Bates. Once again, she's the founder of Aurora Greenfest. Bates and a committed team of volunteers are part of Aurora Greenlights, a local group affiliated with the Conservation Foundation dedicated to continuing the environmental festival. The group welcomes interested exhibitors and vendors to be part of the event. They are seeking solar installers, home energy efficiency experts, and electrical vehicle charging vendors, as well as local artists, electric car owners, and much, much more. More than 2,000 people attended the festival when it was last held in 2019. For more information or to sign up, we've got the website, auroragreenfest.com. All together, auroragreenfest.com. Time is 8:06. Good morning to you, Michael Rayford. Good to see you. So Brett is Brett took part in the St. Baldrick's Fest and donated his hair. How's it feel having no hair, Brett?
Honestly, I don't mind it. To tell you the truth, like, the one thing I've realized is it takes me longer to put on shoes since I don't have, like, the momentum with, like, the full head of hair. Like, it takes me a while.
Yeah, Brett got his hair cut off, so he joined the Bald Men's Club. So Brett, since I've known him, he's had a full head of hair, and he does it now. So takes a little bit getting used to. When you see someone who never had hair now having it, joining your club. So, but it's a cool thing, and that's a great organization. St. Baldrick's is located where?
Well, the event took place at Riverlands Brewing in St. Charles.
Okay, Riverlands Brewing in St. Charles. All right, very cool. So you guys may have noticed, moving on to the meat of the subject, and by the way, we've got a whole lot of news to talk about. We've got the breakdown on the new city council ordinance rule changes regarding food trucks, and then this Aurora drive to help women in need. So we got a lot to talk about and discover and deal with today. In the state of city address that just happened that you guys may be familiar with, you will have known and heard a lot of things. You might have heard the mayor talk about a whole lot, including the Boys and Girls Club, and a new airport expansion and an art event. Andy Warhol. Do you know who Andy Warhol is?
Yeah, the Campbell soup guy, right?
The Campbell soup guy.
Wasn't he the guy that did the paintings of the soup cans?
Oh, I think,
yeah.
Okay. Boy, you had me. Hold up. I was like, no, like... famous artist? Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Friends of Saul Olivas, good morning to you, Saul. All right, so with the Aurora Municipal Airport as a backdrop, Aurora Mayor Richard Irvin Tuesday night last week used his 6th State of the City address to carry forth the analogy that Aurora is a city taking off. Titled Aurora Ascending, Mayor Irvin used the address to showcase past accomplishments and, as usual, announce some new initiatives this year, including the expansion of the Aurora Airport, a new private Boys and Girls Club of America building coming to town, and an initiative to tie Aurora into a major Andy Warhol exhibition coming to the area this summer. So a new private Boys and Girls Club of America building. Mayor Irvin says, you can't stop us, you can't hold us down, we are ascending. The Warhol event, known as Color Me Warhol, will tie in with a Warhol exhibition taking place between June 3rd and September 10th at the Cleve Carney Museum of Art at the McAninch Art Center at the College of DuPage in Glen Ellen. That was a mouthful. The museum is hosting the Warhol exhibition, which includes 94 works from Andy Warhol portfolios, a life and pop works from the Bank of America collection, all loaned through Bank of America's Art in Our Communities program, and over 11,000 square feet of interactive experiences. First of all, that sounds like a whole lot of fun. I'd like to see something like that. I'm a museum guy. Mm-hmm. I'm a museum guy. Are you?
Yeah, I'm like, my dad and I, we went up to Boston and New York and D.C. for my senior trip in 2019. We spent a lot of time in museums. Like, we went to the Ground Zero in New York, which had all the stuff from 9/11.
Right.
And we also went to the Holocaust Museum, which was really informational.
Wow.
Really good stuff.
I'd like to visit that one of these days. Victoria Hala Maldonado is here. Good morning to you as well. Wendy Connell, good morning. Jose Milagros Torres, good morning. GBU, God bless you. Good morning, America, or Aurora. Glad to be here today, this beautiful morning. We love all of you. We appreciate that, my brother. Good to see you. I talked to him on the phone yesterday. I have a funny story real quick, and I'll get back to the State of the City address. Funny story. Jose Torres is a friend. He's a great photographer. Jose Torres put on the Quince Expo yesterday at the Fox Valley Mall. I was there. Buenos dias, Aurora, is going in to get the news. We got the camera. We got the tripod. We got a whole handful of crazy stuff. So we're trying to find out where it is. So I call Jose Torres. However, I didn't call the Jose Torres I was looking for. I called Pastor Jose Torres, and he didn't answer. And I was like, why isn't this guy answering? I'm looking for him. Come to find out, I doubt the wrong Jose Torres. So that's my fault. But it was a good little story for all of you guys. Time's 8:11 a.m. Okay. Hold on, let me get back to this now. All right. So the museum anticipates more than 150,000 visitors, and Aurora officials want to capture those visitors to come to Aurora to extend their Warhol experience. And that's according to Elle Whithall, who's the downtown specialist for the Mayor's Office of Economic Development. Hold on a second. This continues. Andy Warhol, quote, Andy Warhol was a pop icon whose works brought people from all walks of life together. He had a great quote, I think everybody should like everybody. That really represents what Aurora stands for with its diverse and inclusive community. All right. The time is 8:11 a.m. Brett, we're going to get back to the State of the City address. Hello, everybody. Good to see all of you guys. In a little bit, we're going to show you Brett's head so you can. They're gonna love it, man. They are gonna love it. I can tell.
I hope so.
They're like, yo, who's that weirdo you got in the news with you? Which one? Brett, do us a favor, brother. Take us to. I'm gonna take us to a commercial real quick. Give us 2 pieces of local news. The time is 8:12.
Yeah. The Neighborhood Project and Huntington Bank have a great event taking place Wednesday, March 22nd. The next presentation in the Home Buying Team Seminar Series is Own Your Dream Home. This will be an in-person event and will take place at Everlasting Word Church, located at 22 North Highland Avenue in Aurora. This seminar starts at 6 p.m. and will provide you with all of the information you need. Community loan officer Kimberly Gerke will be our host. For more information, call 331-300-3566. Again, 331-300-3566. Saturday, March 18th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Our friends at Waterford Place Cancer Research Center are hosting a colorectal.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Colorectal Cancer Awareness Summit. Learn about the importance of colonoscopies and the latest advancements in treatment. This is hosted in conjunction with the DuPage NAACP and will be an in-person presentation. To register for this event,
oh, I got the
Yeah.
registration link for it. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
where it ends, right? Well,
Yeah.
what the funny part about that is that, it's written like it's supposed to be written, because the next
Yeah.
thing that happens is me give the registration link, but that's for the social media.
yeah,
Thank you,
should
Brett.
have edited it.
It's all good. The time is 8:14. Aisha Saxon is here. Good morning to you, Aisha Saxon. So good to see all of you great people. All right, we're just breaking down some of the details from the Mayor's State of the City address. So the next part of it was, as part of the event, the museum's holding the DuPage Warhol Public Pop Art Challenge. Mr. Irvin, actually it says we're participating communities, will select 4 famous or notable members to be presented on a Warhol mural in their hometown. Aurora selected Mayor Irvin, the city's first African-American mayor, Mary Lou Chapa, the first Hispanic realtor in the city, Anna Lee, a celebrated Olympian, and Tom Skilling, WGN chief meteorologist who grew up in Aurora. Shout out to Tom Skilling. A lot of people don't know that. The city will host Warhol events with live entertainment, art displays, and more. Mr. Irvin announced that Rev Aviation would go forward with Takeoff Aurora, a plan for a $10 million renovation and modernization of the Aurora Municipal Airport. Rev, previously known as Carver Aero, has already renovated the office headquarters it purchased from the former Luminaire at the airport and built a new hangar where the State of the City address was held. He said Rev officials are even looking at getting a U.S. Customs office at the airport, which would allow international flights to land there.
But in Aurora's case, fly isn't just a verb, it's an adjective. Aurora's fly. Aurora's food.
Aurora is indeed cool. The time is 8:15 a.m. Stephanie Clark Castillo is here. She says, good morning, Brett and Curtis. Well, thank you very much for that, Stephanie. See that? See that? Now, that's a show for you, right? Tuning in from somewhere in Cook County. Glad to see you.
Midlothian.
Midlothian. Shout out to Midlothian. And Monica Sanchez is here. Good morning to all of you great people. All right, it continues. Mr. Irvin also announced that the Boys and Girls Club of America, which only recently entered Aurora, will build a 40,000 square foot building in the city. Some new things the mayor announced were actually old things coming back, such as the 4th of July parade. The annual event was canceled during the pandemic, and last year the city did a procession featuring veterans. Now, that was pretty good. Well, it wasn't just pretty good. It was great. It was a well done procession. A lot of people were upset that it was a procession as opposed to a parade, but sometimes different times call for different measures, and if that's what it takes to be safe and ensure security, then that'll be what it takes. An additional parade will be added celebrating St. Patty's Day. Mr. Irvin spent most of the address touting past achievements during 2022, including 12 new businesses opened in downtown, 97 new business ribbon cuttings throughout the city, and the new apartments and restaurants coming to downtown. He also mentioned Weston Bridges, Bartwell Residences, that was once the old Copley Hospital campus. In all, Mayor Irvin said Aurora added $1 billion in equalized assessed value, going from $4 billion to $5 billion since he became mayor in 2017. As always, the urban state of the city is a bit boosterism and a bit theater. He finished the night bringing up the city council on stage. I thought it was when I saw the Aurora Ascending title, I already knew what it was. Strangely, a friend, I'm not going to shout him out. I'm not going to call him out on the air, but a friend of mine, he sent me the flyer, like not the flyer, but the promotion thing, the first thing where it said Aurora Ascending. And he was like, I wonder what this is all about. I was like, it's being held at an airport and it's called Aurora Ascending. It's the airport reopening, dude. Like, duh. Like, who couldn't get that? Like, how do you not put it together, But that's big news. That's big news because what was mentioned was international fights. That would be a humdinger. Imagine that, going from Berlin to Aurora, from Aurora to Berlin. Man, that's some big stuff. Time is 8:18 a.m. George has a work meeting, but we'll catch up on the podcast later. Well, we hope so. We really do. Next point that we've got to talk about is the city's going to bring 3 new restaurants to the downtown, and the city is set to vote on that this week, actually. So the mayor highlighted the names of, I believe, 2 of them. Now, I did not there's no spoiler alert here. We're going to read this together for the first time. I actually wanted to know what the 3rd restaurant was because I was racking my brain on that. And I was like, I haven't heard it. I didn't hear the 3rd, actually. Anyway, the Aurora City Council is set to vote tomorrow on a redevelopment agreement that would bring 3 new restaurants to downtown. Council members are also set to vote on a separate redevelopment deal with the same developer to add 15 residential units to a historic building already being redeveloped at a second spot downtown. That building is the Hobbs building. The building that has been the recipient of much local fanfare. It's got a lot of history, a very storied past, and it's familiar for the Onion Dome, famous in a local fashion. The council, meeting as the committee of the whole on March 7th, gave its endorsement to the 2 deals with JH Real Estate Partners, a company that owns a number of properties, including the Hobbs building. The company rehabbed that building, which sat vacant in downtown Aurora for almost 40 years, into 31 units, 29 of which are already leased. There are 3 restaurant suites on the first floor of the building, and the 3 restaurants, Asian fusion, a French, and an Italian restaurant, would locate there. The restaurants would be at 2, 6, and 12 North River Street. And Harish told city council members that company officials see the situation as, quote, taking matters into our own hands. Brett, what do you think about new restaurants coming into downtown
I think that's great. I'm like hearing that a French and Asian fusion place is coming to Aurora. Like,
sounds good.
I don't go to many French and Asian fusion places, so I definitely gotta check those out.
All right. Quote, we always had this vision that downtown Aurora should be a destination. This will bring more activity, not just from the Paramount, but also people from surrounding suburbs to come to our downtown. The restaurant at 2 North River Street, the corner suite that includes 2 floors and 7,979 square feet, would be Leilani, an Asian fusion restaurant. The restaurant would feature up to 150 seats and also have patio dining and an outdoor space planned for the west side or the back of the building. The restaurant next door at 6 North River would be La Vie Lumière, a French restaurant with a seating capacity of 100 and 3,460 square feet, including some patio space on the east side or river side of the building. The restaurant would be developed by one of 4 master chefs in Illinois, one of 63 in the entire country. Wow. And it's planned to be open by the winter. Next is the Italian restaurant proposed at 12 North River Street, 3,408 square feet, called Buona Italia, an Italian restaurant with plans to open in the fall. About a 100-seat capacity, patio dining on the north side of the building. Eventually, there could be a banquet facility in the building basement shared by all 3 restaurants. Officials said the restaurants will feature lunch, specials, and menus, and have dinner menus in the $26 entree range. The entire project would be about $5 million, and according to the proposed deal, JH Partners would put in $2.6 million, and the city would loan the developers about $2.3 million into loans. The residential part of the Hobbs project was about $13 million, with the city putting in a $1.5 million forgettable. Oh my God. It's 8:22, and I went really long without messing up anything. The residential part, where the heck was I? Oh, yeah. The residential part of the Hobbs project was about $13 million, with the city putting in a $1.5 million forgivable loan and developing a tax increment financing district on the property. The time, ladies and gentlemen, is 8:22 a.m. Oh, and there was actually one more part of this. Excuse me. That was the Foreign Exchange Brewery. Foreign Exchange Brewery is developing a brew pub in the first floor of the building at 100 Cross Street. 15,000 square foot building was built in 1929. The proposed $5.5 million deal would have JH Partners putting in $1.25 million in equity, getting a loan for $1.7 million and selling another $1.7 million in historic tax credit. So now, if you notice, I mentioned River Street. We've talked about it before on this show many times, and we'll rehash this story on Wednesday too. But River Street, we told you before, River Street is going to be the street that's popping in Aurora. In the next 5-10 years, it'll be River Street. River Street will be the drag. It'll be the strip. River Street will be what Jefferson, or excuse me, is that Jefferson? Chicago Avenue in Naperville? River Street will be what, Chicago Avenue. It'll be what Chicago Avenue is in Naperville. That's what it'll be. Watch. I'm telling you. It's going to happen. It will happen. The time is 8:24 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Marie Madden is here. Good morning, Marie Madden. Stephanie says, loved our visit to Aurora with lunch with Brett. Can't wait to try the new restaurants. Yes, you guys went to Alice's Corner Bolivian restaurant. It looked really good. I loved the pictures. Tracy Duran is here. Good morning, Tracy Duran. Brett, 2 more pieces of news, my brother.
Okay, so tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 11, visit the Aurora Public Library Sanctuary Branch for a wonderful community event. Join Hometown Heroes for Our America Reads, an in-person reading event with the first responder. An Aurora police officer will be the guest and reader. This event is free, open to the public, and family-friendly. Thursday, March 23rd, there will be a tax refund workshop held at VNA Healthcare, 400 North Highland. This will be from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and will feature staff from the Aurora Financial Empowerment Center and the Neighbor Project. The event is free and open to the public. We look forward to more great community events all 2023. For more information, call 630-630.
That's right. There are no O's in the Navy. My man, 0, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
630-256-4552. Again, 630-256-4552.
The time is 8:25 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Brett is our mentee of the Triumph Mentoring Program out of Wabanzi Community College, specifically the Sugar Grove campus. Good morning to Dr. Scott Pesca and Yasmin Montenegro. Okay, Josue Pais is here. Good morning, Josue Pais. And Josie Mendoza Geller is here. She says good morning as well. Listen, we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. I still got to tell you about educational support employees. I got to tell you, hold on, let me show you this. We got more news than anybody. Can y'all see this news? Do you see it? We got news, baby. We got news. Okay. Next, news from the office of State Representative Maura Hirschauer. State Representative Hirschauer is working hard to pass a bill that will provide fair compensation for all educational support service employees in Illinois. Quote, our school employees are the backbone of our education system. They play a large role in our children's lives by ensuring that every student has the support they need to thrive. Yet, so many of these dedicated individuals, I put dedicated individuals together and I came up with dedividuals, struggle to make ends meet, which is why they deserve fair compensation for their hard work. The proposed bill will amend the employment of teachers article of the school code, which will increase the minimum hourly rate for school district employees to a rate of not less than $20 for the 2024-2025 school year, and increase by $1 consecutively through the 2026-2027 school year. The legislation aims to provide educational support service employees with a fair and livable wage, including custodial employees, transportation employees, food service providers, classroom assistants, and administration staff. So that's from the office of State Representative Maura Hirschauer. Great stuff. Like to see it. A proposed bill to amend the employment of teachers article of the school code. We will give you more information about that as it develops. Next, ladies, let's talk about money. Thursday, March 23rd. Our friend Michael Rayford has a great initiative going on, a conversation as women everywhere discuss what we all need to know about money right now, discover the financial realities women face today, and how to take control of your financial future. In recognition of Women's History Month, they're hosting a special presentation sharing data, facts, and statistics about women and how we engage our money. Very cool. So we will make a post for this on our Facebook page and share that with you guys to let you guys know about that. What do you guys want next? Let's take it to the listeners. Time is 8:28. Maria Salta Jerry, good morning to you. What do you guys want next? Do you guys want to hear about the Aurora Drive aiming to help women in need? Do you want to hear about Paramount's new theater shows coming soon? Or do you want to hear the new changes to the food truck ordinance? Which of the three do you want? Do you want food trucks? Do you want an Aurora Drive about women in need, Power Women Group, or do you want Paramount? We'll give you guys a couple of seconds to think about that while we listen to a great speech about a great city.
But in Aurora's case, fly isn't just a verb, it's an adjective. Aurora's fly. Aurora's cool.
Aurora is indeed cool. Aurora is indeed fly. Aurora's a lot of things. What's a word to describe Aurora, Brett? What do you think?
Well, I know I just started with Good Morning Aurora in December, but I'd have to say it's friendly.
That's right.
Yeah, really, everyone in Aurora with the local businesses have been super welcoming and kind to me. I'm like, really, I just love it, you know?
That's a good word to use to describe Aurora. Friendly. Thank you very much for that, Brett. The time is 8:30 a.m. All right, Josie says food truck ordinance. And Josue Pais says we want it all, brother. Well, you know what? You're going to get it. Don't look any farther. Okay, Matt Hansen is here. Good morning, Matt Hansen. Let's talk about the food trucks then. So This is hot off of the presses, ladies and gentlemen. The Aurora City Council Committee recommended amendments to the city's ordinance regulating food trucks. The changes reflect discussions that have been going on between city council members, city staff, community members, restaurant owners, and food truck owners since November, and ended up in what city officials said was a compromise on where and how mobile food vendors can operate in the city. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce is the definitive. I mean, it's been printed in the Tribune and the Beacon. So here it is. No smoke, no spin, no guessing. Let's see what they got to say about it. By recommending changes, the 5 aldermen on the Rules, Administration, and Procedures Committee moved it ahead to the March 21st meeting of the Council's Committee of the Whole. At that meeting, the entire council will weigh in on the changes. Alderman Ed Bugg of the 9th Ward, who is the chairman, predicted, quote, a lively discussion there, close quote. I think that's a safe prediction. Time is 8:31. According to Guillermo Trujillo, our great deputy mayor, he said, quote, we're not going to make everybody happy, but everybody will be on the same page. Everybody will understand the rules, which is what we're trying to do. Unanimity. Unanimity is good. Everybody's rowing the boat the same way, understand what's going on. He said, according to Alderman at Large Ron Warman, this could still be amended. Now, Deputy Chief of Staff in the Mayor's office, Alex Voigt, said the final draft that came before the committee was a compromise between some of the changes originally proposed by city staff. She pointed out that the original discussion about newer and clearer truck regulations started because of comments city council members received from both traditional restaurants and community members. Aurora is indeed dynamic. That's a good quote. Thank you very much. The city council approved a moratorium on any new licenses for mobile food vendors that expires March 28th. Alderman Bugg pointed out that the city should get a new licensing procedure in place so the moratorium can be lifted by then. Now, let's scratch it up. So the first thing that I noticed as this story has been developing and going on is that I don't know if everybody understood correctly or fully what a moratorium is. A moratorium is a pause. It's a brief pause. It's a stop on something. It's a wait. It's a moratorium. We're not doing any more of this. There's a moratorium on food trucks. There's a moratorium on new businesses. There's a moratorium on vape stores. That means we're not going to have any more vape stores. Now, unless the language says that these will cease, or this is the end, or we will repeal. Unless it's definitive like that, a moratorium typically, colloquially, means a brief pause. That's a moratorium. Once upon a time, I worked in a restaurant, and they used to say 86. So, like, the soup is 86th. That doesn't mean it's gone forever. We didn't change the menu, but it's 86. That means there's none right now. That's kind of what a moratorium is. There's a moratorium on food trucks. We're taking a pause. So this article states that they want to get these new licensing procedures for mobile food vendors in place by the 28th. So when the moratorium is lifted, which they state they will do, these new rules will be in place. The article continues. The draft amendments recommended by the committee were changed from regulations aldermen originally discussed. Those changes came from discussions between the city and food truck owners. One change came in how many days food trucks can operate in one place. City staff originally sought to limit the number of days in a row a food truck can be in one location, but the new rules say a truck can stay in one location indefinitely and can operate 7 days a week. There you have it in plain English, in black and white ink. Now, that was a major stumbling block or nut to crack in the negotiations because, I mean, quite frankly, food trucks need to operate as much as possible. Revenue, fees, costs associated, doing business, being proactive, being out there, getting your name out there. It would behoove a food truck to be just that dedicated. So with that now being actually written in that a food truck can be in one location, and that you can stay in that location indefinitely and operate 7 days a week, that's huge. And I think that that's going to be a great benefit. Indeed, Buenos Dias, Aurora had the pleasure of interviewing Raul Sanchez, who is one of the family namesakes of Carnitas Los Raules. Very dear friends, very good people, strong advocates for the community. And he mentioned that. We talked about that. Like, wow, that's big. You need to be able to operate. So I think that'll perhaps be seen as a boon. But the regulation also says the truck must move after it closes for the day and come back and set up the next day. Did you get that? The truck must move after it closes for the day and come back and set up the next day. No more of ending the truck. It stays in the location. You come back to the spot the next day and you open up. Now, the language says it has to move when you close up for the day. Now, according to Alex Voigt, that came from a consensus of opinions that they have to move, quote, because it's mobile. Now, that nominally is palatable and makes sense. You're mobile. Why not? It continues. Another change is that while the new rules would limit trucks to operating between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. in residential areas, for instance, during private party events, there would be no limitation on how long a truck could stay open in other areas. No limitation. Quote, given the unique nature of their business, if they would like to operate early in the morning or later in the evening, there would be no restriction. I like that. So that's saying, look, yeah, you got to pack it up. Okay, you're out here at the TV studio. When you close for the day, you got to move your truck. But whatever time you want to get there in the morning, you can do that. I like that. I would bite that. I'd buy that for $1. The draft recommended keeps in a requirement that food trucks must operate outside of 100 feet from a brick and mortar restaurant, measured property line to property line. That was a big initiative as well, or rather part of the discussions as well, because the previous language written said that it had to be door to door. Food truck operators said by measuring it that way and not from the front door to the trucks, it would produce a lot of possible locations for the trucks. Let's read that part again. Food truck operators said by measuring it that way, property line to property line, and not from front door to the truck. Are you with me? It would preclude a lot of possible locations for the trucks. But the new draft also includes a process by which a food truck owner could appeal that in cases in which existing restaurants are okay with the truck's location. Now, if that is a way to strengthen the relationship that could already be there between the food truck owner and the location of the restaurant owner, I think it's good that that's not taken away. Like, if I'm able to work it out with the business owner, if we're able to work it out, there should be no legislation or written rule that overrides that. If we have an agreement and we have an understanding, I think that that's good to foster the dialogue and keep the dialogue that apparently already exists between the business owner and the food truck. If they got a good relationship, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If they got a good relationship and they worked it out, leave it alone. Let them do their thing. It continues. According to Deb Lang, Assistant Corporation Counsel, the appeal process is similar to one liquor store or bar owners can use to appeal their locations. Quote, they can come to us, everyone is notified, and it gives the vendor due process, close quote. City council members and city staff agreed that a food truck could stay in its location during the appeals process. One location for food trucks that would be eliminated in the new, this part's important. This part is important. Listen very, very carefully here, because this is one of the things that, this is why I like and have always loved the news. One location for food trucks that would be eliminated in the new rules are gas stations, which is restricted in federal fire safety codes. I didn't know that. I had no idea of that. Now, at the same time, when I read that, I thought about it like, how many times have I actually seen a food truck at a gas station? And I thought, I've actually seen that a couple times. Not a lot. I typically don't see food trucks at gas stations a lot. But you see it every now and then. But I didn't know that was I didn't know that was federal law. Fire safety code? Who knew? And see, that's the thing, right? Stephanie Clark, it makes sense. It does make sense. It does make sense. Who knew? I had no clue of that. And that's the kind of thing that, and I'll finish the rest of this article. That's the kind of thing that everybody needs to understand about, like, laws and rules and regulations and stuff, right? A lot of it has nothing to do with who you donate to. Federal law is federal law. I had no idea of that. And I thought about all the times I saw a food truck at a gas station. And after I read that, I was like, oh, cow, that's a humdinger. All right. The article continues. The time is 8:41 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Josie says, I just visited Atrevete Confections in Montgomery. They're opening a food truck soon at the Premium Outlet Mall. Shouts out to them. Atrevete is a good place. Carnitas Los Raúles is here. Good morning to you as well. Shouts out to our friends of Carnitas Los Raúles. They are always selling out of their delicious and tasty carnitas. You can find them at La Gran Plaza on Claim Street on the east side of Aurora. Get there quick because you might not get none. And then you'll be looking mad as hell like, oh, I want a carnitas. Well, you got here at 1 p.m. They're all gone, brother. Okay. Let's go on. Some city council members said by forcing the food trucks to move from their location each day, it would be a hardship because the trucks would have to be stored in a location properly zoned for them. Those can be hard to find, and that's according to Alderman of the 7th Ward, Chiquita Hart Burns. She said, quote, they would like to know how can they find out if an area has been approved? That's a good question. How would you know? Is there a database? Maybe it's on the city's website of approved locations. Even if there's not a list right now of approved locations for food trucks to be at, now's the time to create it. Sometimes there's a very good benefit in there being nothing written on the chalkboard. If nothing's written on the chalkboard, maybe you can be the person to put that on there. Let's start here. Boom. Set it out. Boom. Right? Maybe. I see empty space as opportunity, but that's just because I'm a weird guy. Okay. The article continues. The time is 8:43 a.m. Where was I at? Okay. Alex Voigt said a food truck operator can find a location. Alex Voigt is Deputy Chief of Staff to the Mayor. Mayor's Office of Economic Development, excuse me. Alex Voigt said a food truck operator can find a location, then ask the administrator who licenses food trucks to see if that spot is zoned properly for the food truck to be stored. While not everyone was completely happy with the draft moving forward Tuesday, a packed house of food truck operators stayed around and talked to city council members after the committee meeting about what else they could do. I like that. See, we got what's the words we used to describe Aurora, Brett? You said friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly. Dynamic, diverse. I would also include competent. We got a great business community. The food truck vendor people are great people. Get to know them if you don't know them already. But they're doing things the right way, and it's a dialogue between business community and local government that gets it done. 4 food truck operators have agreed to form a committee, sort of like a food truck association, to be a liaison between food truck operators and the city. The truck operators said they would help other operators to comply with the law. I like that. Now, that right there is the part that I love. I love that part. And we, as mentioned, we spoke to Mr. Sanchez about that. He is also part of it, getting things done. Now, Alderman of the First Ward, Alderman Lamas, said he was upset with the characterization by some that the city is targeting food trucks for special regulation and that operators were not given a chance to comment. Quote, that's why we did surveys and had special meetings just for you. We're all trying to work together. Food trucks are good. Restaurants are good. We're just trying to find a balance. The time is 8:45 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Monday, the 13th of March, 2023. Brett, would you please take us to a commercial, give us another two, my brother, and then bring us back, baby?
Okay. So, Saturday, April 15th from 8 a.m. to noon, I joined the Fox Valley Park District and many other fantastic organizations for the annual Community Cleanup Service Project. All participants will meet at the Cole Center located at 101 West Illinois Avenue. The cleanup itself will encompass both the banks of the Fox River close to downtown. Many great organizations will take part. For more information, email communitycleanup@foxmetro.org. Again, it's communitycleanup@foxmetro.org. Thursday, April 27th from 9 to 10 a.m., there will be a helpful event taking place at the Aurora Public Library. Estate Planning 101. Protecting your family's future is an event that is very important. This is a complimentary session hosted by the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley and Mickey Wilson, Wyther, Vancy, Leonard, and Julian, PC, and Audi Law Center, PC. This event will be held at the Sanctuary branch of the Public Library, 101 South River Street in downtown. Don't miss this event.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Brett. The time is 8:47 a.m. Local news whenever you need it and want it here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We did the weather today. We did the weather in a big way today. Brett is my cameraman. He did a good job for a brother behind the camera. He made me look really good. Made sure we cleaned the lens off so it wasn't fingerprinty. But yeah, so we did the news and it looked really good. So get ready for the news. I think we found the rhythm for the news. So you guys can tune in every single day. Even on Buenos Dias Aurora days, we're going to give you guys the news. So just keep watching. We're getting the final format of it down because it's all about the presentation, so we're making it more uniform and it's like a shirt. And we're just ironing it. Every now and then you got to spray some starch on it. Shh, right? I don't know. Who irons their clothes still? I do. Desiree Avitia. Good morning to you, Desiree. Good to see you. Stephanie says, went to a food truck a few weeks ago at the Salt Shed in Chicago, and they are so convenient. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Cindy says, good morning, Aurora. Keep rocking the local news. Oh, we definitely will. Josie says, so who had an issue with the food trucks that brought on all this? The brick and mortar restaurants told their respective alder people. That's that was the genesis of the issue. Brick and mortar restaurants told their respective alder people. Some people in the community, some residents in residential areas also as well. Things like private parties, noise, what have you. But that's pretty much how it started. Now, keep in mind, and these are my words. So I want to be absolutely clear here. I personally believe that I'm a free enterprise kind of guy. I believe that if done lawfully, ethically, and professionally, no restrictions should be imposed upon you to do food trucks and make money and no restrict. If you are doing it lawfully, ethically, and professionally, being respectful for loud noise and anybody associated. If you throw a party, you're responsible for the guests. As long as those boxes are checked, personally, I think nothing should be in the way for you to make money. That's just how I rock. Time is 8:49 a.m. All right, so let me do Zora Zapata is here. And good morning, Zora Zapata. Zora Zapata is a dear friend of ours. She is one of the fantastic ladies of Padres Líderes Activos de Aurora, parent leaders active in Aurora. It's a fantastic organization with a whole lot of like-minded parents who get together, share resources, share information that can benefit all Aurorans, especially those with kids. For more information, follow them on Facebook at Padres Líderes Activos de Aurora, or if you have a hard time spelling it, just ask me, and I'll do it for you. Okay, a couple more pieces of news. Oh, my God, it's 8:50. Are we gonna do this? Can we do it? Can we do this?
We got this.
That's what the hell I wanted to hear. Okay. All right. Check this out. Two more pieces of news. We'll do Paramount first. Paramount has new theater concerts coming. Broadway and Bold subscribers pre-sale starts today at 10 a.m. Subscribers must sign in to access pre-sale and 10% discount stuff. So if you're a Paramount subscriber, save some money today. General public on sale is going to be this Wednesday at 10 a.m. Here's the two shows that we got coming up. Purple Rain, the Prince Tribute Show. That's going to be Friday, August 11th at 8 p.m. Subscribers get 10% off of tickets. Prince may be gone, but his legend and incredible music endures with Purple Rain, recognized as the world's #1 Prince tribute band. Did y'all hear that? With songs like When Doves Cry, Little Red Corvette, and Purple Rain, the concert proves Prince was in a class all his own. The show sold out in 2018, so don't wait to get your tickets. And you heard about it here on Good Morning Aurora. You heard about it here first, right? Okay. Next is Happy Together. That's an outrageous concert tour featuring the Turtles, Little Anthony, Gary Puckett, and the Union Gap, the Vogues, the Cowsills, and the Classics 4. Happy Together Tour 2023 is the biggest and best music of the 60s and 70s, and it sells out every single year. Yikes. Sunday, August 13th at 7 p.m., subscribers get 10% off of tickets. Yes, these are all the real bands doing their hit songs. Do not miss it. This spectacular concert brings together the biggest and best music of the 60s and 70s. You're going to love it. You guys will love it. Maria says, yay. Hell, you know what? Here's the thing about doing the news now. Your boy might be there. Yeah, we just might. You just might be there. Like, hey, is that Curtis from Good Morning Aurora? You never know, dog. Or is that Jimmy Walker? Jimi Hendrix? Does he play any instruments? No, I don't. Okay, the last piece of news I've got for you guys at 8:52 a.m. The last piece of news is, and I don't want to be remiss, Aurora City Hall Employee Resource Group launched a month-long Women's History Month campaign to collect supplies for women in need in the community. The POWER group is an acronym, POWER, presenting opportunities where everyone rises. I love it. They're hosting an Empower bag collection drive to collect 100 purses and backpacks filled with toiletries, feminine hygiene products, and basic necessities, according to a press release from the city of Aurora, which I'm reading. Community members and businesses are asked to donate new or gently used backpacks along with unused toiletries, feminine hygiene products, undergarments, socks, towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent, baby supplies, and small reusable containers. Donations for the drive will be accepted through March 31st. Donations can be dropped off from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday in collection bins at Aurora City Hall, 44 East Downer Place, Animal Care Control, 600 South River Street, the city's Customer Service Center, 3770 McCoy Drive, and Development Services Center, 77 South Broadway. Other sites will be available 7 days a week for residents to drop off donations. Those include Aurora Police Department, 1200 East Indian Trail, Aurora Central Fire Station, 75 North Broadway, Aurora Fire Station number 5, 730 Hill Avenue, Fire Station 7, 824 Kenilworth Place, Fire Station 8, 3770 McCoy Drive, and Fire Station 10, 2390 West Illinois Avenue. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now there you have it, right? Ain't that right, Brett?
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, that's more fire than a book of matches, man. What? Are you not entertained? You know what I'm saying? Raquel Orta is here. Raquel Orta is a dear friend, and she is the namesake of Rachel's Decorations. Get to know Rachel's Decorations for your next party, quince, or event. She will make your whole house look absolutely fantastic. Balloons, colors, and all kinds of other cute things. Raquel says, good morning. It was nice to see you at the Quinceañera Expo yesterday. Yes, it was. So good to see you too, Raquel. It was very, very good to see you as well. Okay. Well, Brett, we did it. We did it. Look at this. We delivered this. See? Now, before we started, remember we was like, are we going to do it? Are we going to be able to? We did it, man. We delivered the whole news. Now, Brett, for the last 5 minutes that we have, show them your awesome head. So, real slow, yeah. Pan it around. There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, look at that.
It's official.
Look at Brett. Brett looking like Eminem's little brother or something like that. That's word up. Nah, but Brett looks really good. Brett got his head shaved for St. Baldrick's. We support St. Baldrick's. We support cancer research. I'm glad that Brett does. And Brett, stand up and show him your shirt, please. And we also want to say shout out to Q101, Chicago's alternative. Many of our new friends and great friends are part of the Q101 family. I want to say thank you to Q101 and thank you to Brett. Okay, my brother. Now go ahead and pan it back slowly to your boy so I can, real slow. He said goodbye on the way out. Yeah, right?
Goodbye
there.
to my bald
A little
head.
bit more over right there. That's good. Perfect. Okay. Carnitas Los Raules says, great job, Brett. Maria says, Slim Shady. Yeah. Slim Shady. And Wendy Connell is here. Wendy Connell, I had something to tell you. Wendy Connell, you did a great job moderating the League of Women Voters Forum the other night. I believe it was Ward 3 and Ward 8, or was it 5 and 8 you did, Wendy? I don't know which ones they were specifically, but you did a great job, Wendy. I want to say congratulations to you, and I want to say thanks to the hard work that the League of Women Voters does connecting residents with the constituents in the community, getting them involved in the voting process. Time's 8:57 a.m. Brett, did we get everything, bro?
Yeah, we did. I noticed that there's an event for Wednesday, March 15th. So
Did you do that, Art? Did we do that?
No, I
Oh, hold on. That's a commercial.
haven't.
That's all. Hold on.
So Wednesday, March 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. we will host another great online discussion with our partners of Kane County Government and the Kane County State's Attorney Office. This event will be about deferred prosecution as an initiative that is an alternative to incarceration in some cases. In our discussion, we will learn about its history and law enforcement implementation in Kane County and what residents and the general public should know and expect. Tune in to our Facebook page for the live streamed event. And shout outs to our partners of Kane County Government and law enforcement.
But in Aurora's case, fly isn't just a verb, it's an adjective. Aurora's fly. Aurora's cool.
Aurora is indeed fly, and Aurora is indeed cool. Okay, the time is 8:58 a.m. I hope all of you, every single one of you, has a positive, blessed, and beautiful day. Monica Sanchez, you as well. You guys take care of yourselves. Do something nice for another person if you can today. Good Morning Aurora returns on Wednesday with more news and more Aurora. Take care of yourself and each other.